Today on This Is True Really News, I do this. Please.
I do this.
Please.
And this.
Oh, and I do this.
Yeah, we do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News if you like what you're hearing and seeing or seeing.
Actually, even if you don't like it,
Yeah, just
like it anyway.
do it all and have your friends do the same thing because we need the help.
Yep. Boy, do we need the help. Boy, help.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
The Glitter Twins. Sarah Franks and Caitlin Donovan, 29 and 27 years old, respectively. Oh, great. They're kidlings.
Yep.
The Glitter Twins have had their charges dropped in Clearwater, Florida. Oh, so apparently we could go Florida women, too.
What
What is it about Florida that attracts the zoos? You would think California would attract the nut jobs.
Well, they do have plenty of nut jobs. Maybe people are just after Florida because it often doesn't vote Democrat.
Okay. That would make sense to me. Where were we? They had charges dropped in Clearwater, Florida after a January incident in which they glitter bombed one Jacob Cologne at 3:00 in the morning at his home, according to the Smoking Gun. I want to work at the Smoking Gun one day.
Do you think that would be fun?
That might be interesting. Franks and O'Donovan, who are married.
Okay.
Yeah. Where was I? Who are married, threw glitter containers at Cologne as he stood on the balcony of his apartment, then entered his home and further assaulted him with glitter.
More.
Yep. But prosecutors concluded that the facts and circumstances revealed do not warrant prosecution at this time. The twins had been free on bond since their arrest for felony burglary. Cologne had at one time been involved in a, quoting now, three-way type of thing with them, but it had ended before the incident took place. You think?
Well, and if it hadn't by then, the incident really probably.
And right now, every teenage boy listening is going, would glitter bother me that much?
Yeah. I wonder.
No, I think I could get away with it. I could do glitter.
Man. The Hilt, a pub which brands itself as an immersive Viking axe throwing experience, isn't allowed to serve alcohol to people before they've finished their contests.
Well, what could go wrong with that?
The Hilt wants the alcohol ban lifted, asking counselors in York to relax the rules. They want to sell pre-purchased drinks limited to a customer with no spirits allowed. So it's beer and wine, right? Or maybe hard cider, right? Owners say there has not been any accident since the indoor venue opened in September 2019, and they claim axe throwers in other regions are allowed to drink while participating. Licensing officials dispute this. The owners also point out that throwers at the Hilt are enclosed in a cage for safety, and there are partitions to separate them from spectators.
Okay.
Counselors are considering the application.
Sure.
There appears to be no truth to the rumor. If all goes as the owners hope, they have plans to petition for a hard liquor and handgun night.
Okay, you made that up because it's the axe throwing place. They don't need the handguns.
Yeah, but then they could have spirits.
That's
hard
true.
liquor.
Let's add guns. That'll help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine? Okay, just for a minute. Okay, just for a second, we'll step into reality.
Oh.
Have you talked to your insurance company dudes about what this will do for your insurance bill? I'm just asking because I'm a little bit curious.
Ian's been axe throwing a couple of times for like bachelor's parties and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether they have any rules here on this side of the pond with regard to it, but it would be interesting to know.
It would. Ian, if you ever watch these, listen to these.
Let us know.
If you see your parents, remind your father to ask.
Okay.
Rachel Mulcahy? Do you suppose she's any relation to Father Mulcahy?
I'm sure. Can she arm wrestle well?
I expect she can. She's from Northern Ireland.
Comes from wrestling with temptation, I'll bet.
Rachel Mulcahy is in trouble with Clonard Monastery, and I can't do it, in Belfast, Northern Ireland. For apparently she was posing as a nun and then disrupted services at a church, according to the Belfast Telegraph. You see, in recent days, she's been served with an injunction to stay at least about 150 yards away from that building. The church? Huh. But the bogus nun says she's praying for its parishioners. Mulcahy is also known around town for dancing frantically in the streets to religious music, accompanied by 2 evangelical preachers playing musical instruments. Ooh, that might be interesting to see. She sometimes falls to her knees and shouts, "Christ, come into me." She told the Telegraph she is in love, head over heels. I can't stop it. I love Jesus Christ so much that all I can think about is him. And somehow this is the dressing like a nun. Yes. But one insider claims she's not a nun and said the congregation is quite elderly and they felt a little intimidated by Miss Mulcahy's behavior.
That it was like a challenge?
All they're asking for is to be left alone to pray in peace.
Thank you very much.
I can't though. I'm in love with Jesus and he's a rebel.
She's an idiot.
Yeah, but I'm guessing if she... do you suppose all that's done sober?
Well, if I'm thinking she just took a lesson from the whirling dervishes, because all that...
You mean the Shakers?
No, the dervishes of the Middle East, the whirling dervishes.
I always thought they were like an act at Ringling Brothers.
No, the whirling dervishes would spin and spin and spin until they saw visions. Maybe she's doing the same sort of thing.
See, I fall down before I see a vision.
Me too.
Just telling you.
The vision I'd see would be feeling the earth
floor.
Tilt.
Oh, look. Floor.
I'm on the floor.
Doctor's floor moving.
Yeah. Doctor's stories.
Uh-oh.
I was at a urologist in a hospital, and there were a couple of power cuts. Lights dipped out, generators kicked in. As he's finishing the examination, mid-sentence, the lights go out again.
Uh-oh.
He gets up, walks out to check on things. 15 minutes later, I'm still sat on the bed with my old chap out and pants around my ankles. Nurse
Not a great look if you're out partying.
Yeah, nurse walks past the open door and does one of those comedy double takes. Says, do you have an appointment? Turns out the doc had actually finished the examination and returned to the ward some 15 minutes prior.
Well, that's a pisser.
So the nurse, I was just some guy who had walked in, pulled his pants down, and left the door open.
Makes you wonder. No, just could you put that away, sir? I don't care that it's magically delicious.
This is true, really news. Send email to titr@netradio.network.